My name is Brooks Cook. I live in Leamington, Ontario. Bought a 1986 359 XL 6 and 4 Peterbilt. Oh gosh, 14 years ago I believe it's been. 14 years later I finally finished it enough to be able to drive it to its first truck show.
Yay!
The truck was originally purchased by Teresa Wheatman in 1986, I believe. Early in the year, March or April. It was one of the first trucks sold out of the Peterbilt dealership in Mississauga. The thing was completely pink, like dipped in pink. Who's the magazine people in Toronto, Truck News and all that? They, in 86, did a 4-page article in their magazine on her with all the pictures. I was able to track one down. I have the original magazine with her in it, and her history of anybody that knew her was extremely colorful. You know, this was back in the outlaw days when everybody did everything on the sly. I don't know if I should tell you the names of the guys that owned it after her or what happened with it. It's incredible. SM Freight, Scotty Mahalko was the second owner. There was quite a story that I won't repeat because other people are involved. Bob Sherman from Leamington bought the truck from Scotty, I don't know how many years ago, and he actually went to Florida for several years and ran produce out of Florida with it down there. I knew Bob from me being a kid. Bob's older than me, but he came back and we worked together at Laser Transport in Windsor, pulling multi-axle hauling steel, and worked there till he retired and I bought it, and then I've been this many years to get it done. But every step of the way you bump into somebody that, because of the pink, knows that girl. There's people here today that the one in particular I know that he said, I remember I used to fuel her truck up at the fifth wheel truck stop.
Well, you've only been here about 10 minutes so far.
And I've never restored anything. This is my first. I've never been to a truck show with a piece of equipment. This is all my first new to me. So
you just got out of the truck and you've walked about
rookie.
6 feet,
Yeah.
So, and 4 people have come up to you already.
Yeah.
So
well, if they know the truck, they most certainly will.
If it was entirely pink, did you add the other colors to it?
Yes, there was a truck, a 359 out of Georgia, that won a truck show in Wildwood, Florida, probably about 10 years ago. I have the calendars and all the articles on that. My son and I went to Oklahoma to a guy down there wanted to trade. He had a just like it, only the little sleeper on it. And it was already restored. Wanted to trade that for this.
So he wanted to trade a restored truck for
with some money. Yeah. But at the time, the exchange on Canadian money was terrible. And he said, well, in all honesty, the truck you have is the rare truck, not mine. It's a one-off. So it's a good thing I didn't, because had the exchange rate been better, it would have been gone back to Oklahoma.
But it's been in Canada, other than when it was in Florida? Has it been in Canada?
It's always been licensed and registered in Canada. Uh-huh. Yeah.
What is the engine in it? I think we skipped that part.
4 1/4 B model Cat. Several years ago, a guy fronted me, said, that engine should not be yellow. So I got digging into it, and just this week, I finally confirmed it and know for a fact and have the proof that it was white. And that's even rarer yet. The era, the Cat did all their engine in their patented white color. This guy couldn't figure out how it turned up yellow all of a sudden. I heard rumors and everything else, but 2 days ago to come up here, the oil pan was leaking, so I had to drop the pan to put the gaskets in it, and lo and behold, when I was wire wheeling some of the corners and everything else, some white showed up. So I started cleaning it up a little more, and it's all white.
Surprise!
So it is the original motor. I know it's been rebuilt 2 or 3 times, but it got painted. The last time it got rebuilt, the guy had it. It was an out of chassis rebuild, and that's when they spray bombed it yellow.
And is this the original wheelbase also?
The wheelbase is original. The rear ends are not. I bought a donor truck to get the new updated suspension and everything, but the wheelbase, that's what made it rare too. In 1986, it was 280 wheelbase. You couldn't pull much of a trailer legally this side of the Mississippi, but she ran California on a steady basis.
No, speaking of California, one of the people who accosted you like me as soon as you got out of the truck said that the etching on the glass here was done in California, and the same person did his, and the guy's still around.
Well, I ran into a lady by the name of Teresa De Silva. Well, I met her at the Louisville Truck Show, but I saw her truck 2 years earlier in the body shop at Peterbilt in Joplin, Missouri. They were doing another rebuild on it, restored. My wife was with me, and we went back, and I said, write down the serial number. It's only like 3,000 serial numbers apart from this one. And I thought, what are the chances that two Teresas, like months apart? Now, this Teresa, as of 2 years ago, she was the only owner and still drives it herself in the States. Her shtick was Halloween stuff, spiders and cobwebs and that, and she had all her windows etched in it. And I said, she had to know it had to be the same people, because you don't see that very often.
Well, of all the unique things in the build that you did yourself, over
I didn't do it myself.
Over the build that you have
I
helped
paid
facilitate
the bill.
there.
There's a lot of more talented people. I can do mechanical work, but body stuff is out of my league.
14 years, you say?
It was, yeah. I bought it, and it was 7 years before I could even get it to Kitchener to get it done. And the place where I took it went through an ownership change at the time the truck was there, so it got sidelined for a bit. But it was 3 years there.
What's your favorite thing about it?
The two sticks. Okay. When I started driving, these were the monster trucks, and one day, this is the bucket list. One day I'm going to have one. No. So I finally got it.
And it's finally at the show, right at the entrance for everyone to see.
Yep. Well, that's a little embarrassing, but because it's not perfect, there's still a lot of work to do inside. And that,
do you work the truck?
No, not yet. I did that just this week to be able to get a plate for it to get it up here. I couldn't. I didn't want to permit it. I didn't want to put it in. It's in my corporate name. I didn't want to put it as a personal vehicle. And the fact that I had it in my business name, I had to have a CVOR to get plates for it, and I let my CVR go about 5 years ago.
Oh, no.
And so it's a good close family friend. He said, you know what, you pay the bill, we'll put it on here and plate it and get it up
All
there.
that to get to a truck show.
Yeah, that's his first shot at a truck show also. He's there. So.
What did you just say about the air dryers?
Well, it's a special system that I copied off a Western Star that I have. The Western Star is a high volume system, but the design of it makes it impermeable to moisture in the system. So this truck is the third truck that I have converted over like my Western Star. Now I don't have a high volume pump on it, but pulling a 6-axle all on air trailer, the system, you don't have any moisture problems in it. So it works like a charm.
I just commented on the metal flake, but you just told me it's not metal flake. What is making it sparkle?
Well, it's powdered glass in the clear coat.
Oh my!
And there's 2 coats with powdered glass, and then one final clear coat over it.
And you had this painted properly. So, what color did they start with?
It started gold, and then taped it, sanded it, then white, taped it, sanded it. Then black, taped it, sanded it, and pink is the final coat.
And your stipulation was that there was no ridge between the colors.
Correct. And I'm going to tell you I'm wrong. Black was the last coat, pink. If you feel it, black is the highest. It's very almost indistinguishable.
Wow.
Well, everything was a process, to find it out. The pink that I wanted was a little brighter than what the magenta on the line sheet for the original truck was. So I searched around and finally found it in a place where we unloaded in Windsor. And lo and behold, it turns out they came up with one, and it's a 1964 Chrysler color called Furious Fuchsia. April '86. That's the gal.
And the truck.
Yep. There's better pictures on the other pages. Shame.
Are you kidding? It's a beautiful truck.
It's a nice paint job. I didn't do it.